Well, right before we have this Toy Story 2 Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue run, we actually have an interview from the Quest runner, three, thearst3rd. So we're going to hear from that really, really quickly. But this is going to wrap up my time with Completithon as host. If you've enjoyed me, you can find me on Twitch at iswimfly556 and at iswimfly or iswimfly556 on pretty much all other platforms. I mostly exist on Blue Sky if I'm going to post publicly, as well as just sharing speedruns on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much, Completethon, for having me, and I'm going to throw it over to that wonderful interview. Enjoy the rest of the marathon. I'll be hanging out with you all in chat.
Good morning and welcome back to day 4 of Completithon 2025. My name is ProPokadoob and joining me is the runner of Platinum Quest, thearst3rd. How you doing?
Thanks so much. I'm doing well. I'm really happy to have this opportunity to talk about the game because it's a lot of fun.
And I'm going to need you to talk about the game because I don't know anything about Marble Blast, and I went looking and I'm like, when they say Platinum Quest, it better be this mod of something. So can you explain to me what Platinum Quest does to mod Marble Blast to give it a new experience?
Right. Let's just give a brief history here. So, because it's a little confusing and there's fan mods and there's mods on top of the mods. So, starting at the beginning, the original game is called Marble Blast, right? And it came out in 2002, I believe. I've gotten it wrong before. I think that's right. And it's a classic ball rolling game. You've got your marble, you roll it from the start to the finish. There's power ups that like the super jump that makes you high, super speed gives you speed boost, right? So that's like if you've never heard of it before, you don't know anything about it. That's what it is. Core game. You roll the marble around.
Perfect.
Marble Blast Gold came out a few months later. It was the next year, 2003, which is basically a souped up version of the original Marble Blast. They added on some more levels to get to a total of 100 levels. And they also added in some challenge gold times, where it's every single level, there's now a challenge time that you want to try and beat, right? So that's the nice thing about Marble Blast is it's at its core a speedrunning game. Every level has a timer, right? You want to time, get the fastest time as you can on every level. People say, like, the original is, we call it Marble Blast Gold. Marble Blast Gold's the original game, right? So then in 2006, the Xbox 360 came out, and Marble Blast Ultra was an Xbox 360 arcade title, right? And that's the one that a lot of people might have first been introduced to the game. And that one they introduced multiplayer, so you could like play in a multiplayer where you just want to get more gems than your opponent, where gems are just like items that you collect, and you can bonk people around. There's a power up that makes you turn really big so you hit them, right? So that's Marble Blast Ultra, and that was sort of the next one in the series. And those two are really the only official Marble Blast games that I'd say that there are. Now, in 2007, so this is a year after Marble Blast Ultra came out, a team of modders and like speedrunners put together Marble Blast Platinum. And that's a mod that's got 120 new levels, all new. Some of them are really hard, ridiculously hard. It was made by some of like the best speedrunners, right? And so they made some ridiculous things, right? Mm-hmm. And that came out in 2007, right? And that's like what the community played on for a while. And over the years, they added more things into that. So the community completely took it. They added leaderboards, online leaderboard support. They added multiplayer, which was like, people thought it was never going to happen. And then they added multiplayer into which is like really impressive that they hacked multiplayer into a 2003 game, right? Then that same team, as they built on stuff, they switched out their members and whatever, and in 2017, so a whole 10 years after Marble Blast Platinum came out, Platinum Quest came out, and they did not call it Marble Blast Platinum Quest. I don't know why. They just wanted to do something different.
Okay.
And I think actually that's a big theme of Platinum Quest is they wanted to do something different. It came out 10 years after Marble Blast Platinum, and it had 10 years of developers, new level creators, right? 10 more years of experience building on these old, Marble Blast levels, right? And so with that comes more experience and whatnot. And so Platinum Quest is like very fresh. It's got lots of unique mechanics, gimmicky levels, which some people like, some people hate. I like them. I'm a fan. It does have some haters, but Platinum Quest, that's what it is. So part of what makes it really interesting is it was meant to be a quest, where rather than there just being 100 levels or 120 levels or whatever, that you beat them in order and that you get from the start to the end, you can still do that with Platinum Quest, and that's what my 106 levels run is, beating every level start to finish. But actually, levels in that game unlock other levels, and some levels where it's like, oh, if you beat all of the construction themed levels, then you'll unlock like the final construction themed level or something. I don't actually know if that one's real, but like there's one that involves construction. There's one that
It is
involves
now.
getting Easter eggs to unlock levels, etc. So Platinum Quest, and that's why, unlike all the other Marble Rollers in Marble Blast series at least, and the spiritual successor, Marble It Up, which I didn't get into, but that's a spiritual successor, there's no any percent because you just do the levels. That's what you do. But for Platinum Quest, there's any percent where you just, you know, you path find your way through which levels you beat until you make it to the final level and you beat it, right? And so that's why I thought Platinum Quest was a good submission to Completithon, because 106 levels, there's a reason that it's different from just beating everything, because this is beating everything. This is not, you know, like most Marble games where to beat it you have to beat everything. So that's what it is. I think that might have been a little too much history, but that's the history of Platinum Quest.
No, in fact, you've done such a great job. I now feel not only like a Marble Blast historian, but you've answered the majority of things I was going to ask you, which then kind of makes me want to sort of bring attention to, with this much history in the modding community and just in Marble Blast in general, what is it about the physics engine of this game that makes it so moddable and so desirable to want to reimagine and add new mechanics to it?
Yeah, so that's kind of, there's like kind of two good questions there. One, the game's physics are just so fun. I've played a bunch of Marble games. For me, Marble Blast Gold, the Marble Blast Gold physics engine is, to me, just the most fun. The marble goes really fast. It's tough to control, but once you learn how to control it, it's like there's so many skips you can do, right? You can gain a lot of height by hitting walls or doing edge hits or doing unintended things. The fact that Marble Blast, the Gold engine, it lets you go so fast is just so compelling and has so many people playing this game for, you know, over 20 years now, right? And so that's the other thing. And then for modding, the reason there's so many levels and so many people doing it is, one, because of the former. It's just fun. Two, because we have tools, you know, Garage Games, the creator of Marble Blast. I never said the name of the creators when I went over the history. Garage Games. How did I miss that? They released their tools where you could use them to construct levels, and they, you know, you could download the compiler, which compiles a map into a playable format, and then it also has a built-in level editor, so you can just put, like, you know, if you take the existing like level geometry, you can just mash up levels and put the start pad there, and then put 30 levels and put gems all around them, and then put them at the end. There's lots of levels like that, and nowadays we have much better tools than these old tools from 2006 that crash your computer if you know, breed on them wrong. and so yeah, there's more ways to make levels. You can use custom scripting in levels to really just like make unique levels that no one's ever seen before, and I see so many creative levels that come out. Like one level that just came out, it was like a remixed version of one from Marble Blast Gold, except every single day it shuffles its layout, and so every day it's another level. And so that's Stepping Stones Daily by Kepi. Just want to give that one a shout out, as just like a super creative level.
It sounds like this entire run, seeing the, I guess, true hundo of it, is really going to showcase a lot of these new mechanics and just sort of why you wouldn't want to cut it short. Like, you really want to see all these things. Do you have a particular favorite added mechanic to Platinum Quest?
Added mechanic. Okay, I definitely have a favorite new game mode they created.
Okay.
So one of the things that they did was they added the sort of multiplayer gem hunt levels, which is just you go around the levels and you try to get as many gems. They added that into the single player campaign. So it's like random every time, and there's nobody else there, but you're just trying to go around and it spawns gems and you want to get the highest score you can. And that's fun, but people didn't like that it was random, right?
Okay.
Because, you know, that's one thing that people don't like when you're trying to compete on a leaderboard and the thing you're playing is random. But they made another variation on it, right? Where it's similar to Gem Hunt, in which it's like a big sprawling map with anywhere that you can go. And there's gems of different values. So there's the gems worth 1 point and 2 point and 5 points and 10 points. and they made it so it's just that at a fixed timer, and it spawns all the gems at the start. And so you can play through, and you can find a route that gets all of them, and then it's very satisfying when you get all of them, because now instead of being tracked on a score, you keep track of how quickly you got everything. So it's like another level of competition on top of it. And for RTA speedruns, all you need to do is get the minimum par score needed to beat the level. And so for RTA, you don't need to find a route that gets everything. You just need to find a route that gets the minimum score needed to pass the level as quickly as possible. So that's like another level of depth added to this one mechanic called Gem Madness. I didn't say the mechanic. It's called Gem Madness. That's probably my favorite new thing they added to Platinum Quest, and I'm like, that's a really smart thing that they did. And so you'll get to see those levels in the run. So,
well, it sounds like there's a lot of heart put into this, and it's going to be a really fun one. Really quick final question: if there was something that you want chat to say when you do something that's super satisfying, what should they be putting into chat collectively? Like, do it like one word.
Let me think about this. Let me think about it. Honestly, my first answer was gonna be like a GDQ meme orb. That's like so ancient, but like, that's like there's orbs. It's a ball. I'm gonna have to think about that. I'll get back to you on that one.
Okay, so during the run, then we're gonna remember that we're gonna be finding that out. thearst, thank you very much for the interview. Good luck with your run in all 106 levels, and everybody have a great start to day 4.
Hey, what is happening? All you cutie patooties out there, come on, let me see you out there in chat. Let's see y'all pop off. Hey, let me know if you are picking up what I'm putting down out there. Come on, let's go. You are here watching Completithon 2025, benefiting the Girls Make Games Scholarship Fund. We are the premier speedrunning event for all the completionists out there and all the completionists at heart. I'm your host, Iggy Zig, because who else could I be? I'm here with you for our next 3 runs. And I got to say, we got some cozy mid-90s era Disney afternoon vibes here to serve up this beautiful Saturday. Because let's see. Right now we got Buzz Lightyear. Then after that, we got Scrooge McDuck. And of course, everyone's favorite Disney princess after that, William B.J. Blazkowicz. Citation probably needed. But of course, we have almost ready for you a 100% run of Toy Story 2 Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue, run by Thermal Square. Yeah, super action-packed run. Lots of going hither and thither about as Thermal gets all the things. It's going to be a super fun, fantastic time. And let me tell you, we have an incentive open right now because we have a Mecha Hitler problem on the horizon, a couple runs out. And once that donation total up there currently says $2,000 and change, once we reach $2,150 in total donations for Completithon, we will give Mecha Hitler the send-off he deserves in that Wolfenstein 3D run. Listen, it doesn't, how often do you get to topple a dictator that easily? All you got to do is just hit exclamation donate. Check the link right there for Tiltify in the pinned chat, and you will be able to get those donations in. Any generous amount helps, and once you reach 2150, Mega Hitler's going to get got. And yeah, in your donations, kindly please share with us your favorite moments from the Toy Story series. I mean, I know them all. I'm pretty much like a Toy Story expert. I mean, it's not like I watched the just the first movie, well, the last half of it, on cable, 20 years ago. Nah, I've seen them all. Cross my fingers. Come on, yeah, share your favorite Toy Story moments. I know exactly what you're talking about. It'll be great. Come on now, exclamation donate. And yeah, that's enough for me. I'm going to hand things over to Thermal Squared for Infinity and Beyond and his 100% run of Buzz Lightyear to the rescue.